we're focusing on the power of prayer. Continuing from where we've left off, this is the final part of our study on the power of prayer and what we can still learn from the church fervent prayer for Peter when he was in prison. In the previous section, we explore how the fervent prayer of the church led Peter's miraculous release and his equipping for continual ministry. Now we are going to unpack the final act that were brought about by this prayer, demonstrating God's protection, provision, and ultimate victory over the enemy. What did the church do in praying fervently for Peter? Number one, concealed and protected Peter. The verse 10 tells us that they passed the first and second guard. God's protection is powerfully demonstrated as Peter was safely led past the guards who would have otherwise detained him. This reminds us the Psalm 23 and verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. When we stand on God's promises, we can trust His protection, no matter how dangerous the situation may seem to us at that time. Number two, open, close, and locked door. In fact, in the verse 10, we are told very clearly that they came to the iron gate leading to the city and it opened itself. The miraculous opening of the iron gate symbolizes our God-opened door that no one can close. Jesus promised in Matthew chapter 16 that He's building His church and that not even the gates of hell will prevail against it. In Revelation chapter 3 and verse 8 also affirmed that God has set before us an open door that no one can close. Prayer leads to divine opportunity that otherwise remain locked. Number three, helped Peter to face the reality. The verse 11 tells us this where then Peter came to himself and said, "Now I know without a doubt that the Lord had sent His angel and rescued me." Once Peter realized his deliverance, he acknowledged that the reality of God's intervention in his own situation. This reflects Ephesians chapter 3, which reminds us that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or imagine. Prayer not only brings deliverance, but also enables us to recognize and accept the reality of God's power at work in our lives. Number four, overthrow his enemy. The verse 23 accounts that the angel of the Lord struck his enemy and he died. You know, the ultimate defeat of Peter's enemy, King Herod, is a powerful reminder of Christ's victory over sin, death, and all oppositions. And just as God overthrew Herod, we can see that He continues to defeat the enemy of His own people. In Romans chapter 8 and verse 31, it declares that if God is for us, who can be against us? Nothing can stand against those who are His own. You know, the church earnest prayer for Peter resulted in much more than just his physical release. Their prayer led to protections, to the opening of doors and a deeper understanding of God's power, and also the defeat of Peter's enemy. This account should encourage us today to have confidence in the power of fervent prayer. When we pray earnestly, God moves in a way that is beyond our own expectation. Just as He acted on Peter's behalf, He will act on ours, proving that nothing is impossible for Him. Let us therefore continue to stand in faith, knowing that fervent prayer is not just a tool or a ritual, but much more has a direct line to the one who holds victory in His hand. God bless you.